welcome back to Kyoudai Ai, the mostly weekly podcast where two brothers talk all things Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, or at least the seasons we've watched so far. I'm your host, SuperJollyMac, and joining me as always is my brother and co-host, DonTheVan. Each week we dive into transformations, monsters, and the tokusatsu moments that we can't stop thinking about. So grab your driver, your changer, whatever device helps you henshin. Let's cue the theme songs and get into it. So how you doing, man? So how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty well. Enjoyed watching the shows this week. I'll say that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that's
Well,
pretty nice, especially the anime.
there weren't too many things to watch this week. Just oh wait, are you talking about everything or just the shows that we're covering? JJK.
The stuff we're covering.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get into it then. Gaming. You been playing anything?
No, I haven't been playing anything. My friends have been trying to get me back onto Marvel Rivals. I don't know if I'm gonna get back. I might. We'll see. Haven't decided yet. I've been looking into the whole playing Pokemon stuff on the Switch and whatnot. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still debating if I even truly want to get a Switch 2, but we'll see. I'm sure a decision will be made by the time Winds and Waves comes out. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
unfortunately, it seems like you have to get it for Winds and Waves.
Yeah. I think the thing I'm looking out for is if they, one, lower the price, two, change the whole bricking situation thing that they're doing. Like if you get like the game cartridge thing where you can put like your games on a micro SD card and then put them in so like they're all on like one card. It's called like a mod switch. So it's not, I don't know. It's called something, but yeah. But if they see like you use that, they like deactivate your Switch or something like that, like your account or something. It's like really weird. I was just like, I shouldn't be able to do that.
Not that
But
weird,
yeah,
because that's modding your console to play like broken games, right?
yeah. But you bought your console.
Yeah. Well, that's
I
one
feel
of
like
the things.
I don't know if that's legal.
They've always been doing that. That's why you never
Really?
update your... Yeah. If you ever wanted to mod your console, usually, well, back in the day, you couldn't hook it up to the internet. So it wasn't that big of a deal. But with online play, usually you can't be online. And then they patch any vulnerabilities with like updates and stuff. So you'll have to use an old version of the software and then not be online. But
Well, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, because with other consoles and stuff like that, it is the same. You can't really get online.
yeah.
So yeah, I guess that makes sense, but it is pretty crazy. Well, we'll see. But also we'll see how they do. I think the big thing is if they lower the price, honestly. If they lower the price, then that'd be a really big thing for
Yeah.
getting it. But or if they do like a really good bundle, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be one when Winds and Waves comes out. Probably.
Hopefully, we'll see. But I have been looking into it. I think we can definitely play the game together. I've been looking into other things like emulation for the older games to see if we can play those together. It'd be easier to do that because I'm not sure how we would be able. Well, easier to record the gameplay by playing it emulation on the computers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or... Well, that requires HDMI. If it's an HDMI out, you can plug it into the PC. I know that's an easy way to do it. Other than that, yeah, there's probably other things you can do to get a video signal to your PC and then record it that way.
Yeah. But that's it for games. That's all I've been doing. So I charged my Switches, so I'm probably gonna play Pokemon later.
I have been playing some not much Final Fantasy 14. It's mostly trying to get the upgraded house. Other than that, I started playing The Bridge Curse on PlayStation. I think it's a Taiwanese game. It's kind of like meh. It's a horror game, but it's kind of like
Not doing it for
janky.
you.
I don't know. It's fine. I'll beat it and then get on to probably. It's not as polished as some of the other games, but I also think it might be like an indie developer and
Yeah.
indie Taiwanese. It's also an older game. They have the second one and they released them on PlayStation. They're on Steam usually for a sale.
Yeah.
So I saw the one on PlayStation on sale, so I figured I'd give it a try.
Okay. Okay.
But it's kind of on rails, and I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's fine.
Okay. I will say we disagree on a lot of things. Especially when it comes to entertainment. But
Well, if you
I
had
will
better
take your
taste.
I'll take that. But I will I will take your recommendations when it comes to the horror games.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. Like, if you could find it on sale for like $1, I'd probably do it. Maybe $2, but I don't know.
That's funny, actually.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a fine popcorn flick.
Okay.
It's not, I don't want to say like the crappy horror movie, but it's like a horror movie that, what's the elevator game? You remember that one?
The elevator.
Elevator game? That's the one movie that I'm thinking of. It's just like, well, I don't know. Sorry, but that was a crappy movie. It wasn't a very good movie. It's kind of like that.
Game?
Yeah. It's like that. It's that level of horror game. Like as is the elevator game was for horror movies. This game is to horror games.
That's insane. Your audio is cutting in and out also.
Is it cutting out?
It did when you were talking about the elevator games.
Okay.
Maybe it just doesn't like you talking about the elevator games. Maybe that's how crappy it is.
Or I'm too far away. Or it's cursing me, so I can't do it. I was trying to get some distance between me and the mic. That's probably not going to happen. Trying to save you all from hearing me like sip on my drink.
Oh yeah, please.
Let me know if it cuts out though.
I got you. I will. It must be a crappy movie then.
The elevator game? Yeah. I would not, like, if you just need something to watch, sure. But if you want a good horror movie, yeah, I wouldn't. It's one of those. I mean, I saw it. I wouldn't recommend it, but I saw it. But occasionally I do like not as good horror movies and stuff.
Oh boy. Got a movie for you then.
Uh-oh. But before we get to watching, how about listening? You been listening to anything?
Listening. Let me go to my listens. I
have not. I've been getting into my old school jam and trying to make like a playlist, but I haven't really been listening to much.
Honestly, I'm probably the same. I haven't listened to too much. I went back and listened to The Neighborhood a little bit, to the I Love You album. In my opinion, a great album. I listened to some Drake this week. I listened to Snow Allegra, her Feels album. That was pretty cool. I like going back to that one every now and then. And then I listened to that song with Mike Will Made It and J. Cole.
Does that sound familiar? Did I hear that?
It's called. What is it called? OFG.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know. Our brother told me to listen to it, so I listened to it. You know, he's a Cole head.
Of course he would be.
Yeah, right. Which I low-key am too, but not as much as him. He's more.
No, I like J. Cole.
Yeah, same.
I mean, what's that?
I was gonna say, I feel like I like Drake, he likes J. Cole, and you like Kendrick.
But I
That's
guess that
funny.
kind of fits each of our personalities, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but who would you put number 2, I guess is the question. Who would you put, or I could ask you, who would you put number 2? I assume you're putting Drake
Mm.
number 1.
That's funny.
Who would you put number 1?
Drake is number 1 in my opinion. I would say it's a toss up between Kendrick and Cole. I'm not gonna lie. Kendrick doesn't I guess they both don't really put out that much music. Oh man. And they both have done soundtracks for movies and it's been like ugh.
What soundtrack did
I got
Cole do?
well not soundtrack. You know how Kendrick did the whole Black Panther thing?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
soundtrack.
I think
Or
Dreamville did the same thing for something else.
oh, did they?
Yeah. I'm blanking on the name right now. As we all know, I blank on names. But anyways, I don't know. I'd probably put Kendrick as 2 and Cole as 3, but it's liable to change. Well, Cole's 3. Cole's 2, Kendrick's 3. Sorry. Yeah. I find myself playing Cole more than I play Kendrick.
Mm.
I know. I know.
So I would go Kendrick, Cole, then what's his name?
What's his name?
Drake. I did try to go back to some of his older albums, and like back in the day, I liked them, but I re-listened to one of them. I forget which one. Which one was it? But I was like, I
can't believe what I'm hearing.
But I mean, some of the tracks I still like, but nah. Yeah, I'd put Cole above it, but that's just me.
Yeah. But that's it for listening. I haven't really been listening to too much either, so I guess we can go into watching.
Yeah.
What have you been watching?
So the first thing I have been watching, I've been trying to catch up on anime for this season because spring season. Oh crap! When's spring season start?
I don't know. I haven't even looked it up. I've been trying to catch up too.
I need to find that. Spring season might be starting. I might have to do the overview for spring season next week. Hopefully, that'll be enough time to do it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know when it starts.
But I've been keeping up with the anime from this season. I have been watching everything. I did catch up to Sin to Be a Hero.
Oh, what you think? Right.
A little bit better. I mean, a little bit better. Maybe.
Yeah. So, did you not like the villains? Like the bad guys?
I mean, granted, I've only gotten to episode 8 or 9, I think.
Okay.
So one person was just introduced at the end of the episode, and that's where I left off. Should I do the name?
I mean, I'm caught up.
Well, I mean, it's not really a spoiler, I guess. Spriggan.
Yeah.
Spriggan.
Spriggan?
I heard that, and that was the end of that episode.
That's the wait, who is that?
You don't even know their names, Joe. How do I remember their names?
It's me. I don't know names. What? Describe him. 3 words.
Tiny.
Tiny.
No.
2 more words.
Anything else is going to be a spoiler. I don't know. Yeah. Boss?
A child? Oh.
The boss, I guess? I don't know. Paying people?
Boss. Paying people?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Are we on the same episode?
Yeah.
Episode not. Wait, are you on the one that just came out this week?
I don't think so. I think I'm 2 or 3 episodes behind. So like 8 or 9.
Okay. Oh, the one where they're yeah, it's like the
Sewer or something like that.
yeah. I
Okay.
got you.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You're sure?
No.
Yeah, I figured not. Anyway,
No. We're on the same page. I got you.
there's a story going through, so I think I like this a little bit more. I guess sometimes anime takes a couple episodes to kind of get in their groove because they're introducing characters. That's one thing I wish we had talked about when we reviewed season 1 of JJK. Like how many episodes? I got to write a note to make sure we talk about that whenever we do stuff. But this one, I mean, I'd say halfway through season 1, you kind of get, yeah, probably where they skip into the city. That's where you start getting a feel for what's going on.
Yeah.
So
that's what I said. I told you.
Yeah. So I did get a little.
Yeah. Once you get there, it's like
yeah. So
it hits you. So
everything else I'm pretty much caught up on, except for Oshinoko. But I purposefully saved, I think, the last 2 episodes, so I'm gonna hit those back to back, and I'm pumped for it. Oshinoko is so good. But other than that, probably go over the spring anime next week, because I'm not ready for it this week. But I also watched Scream 7.
What'd you think? Spoilers for Scream 7. What did you think?
No spoilers for Scream 7. But, I mean, I'm trying to remember Scream 7 now.
Oh, it was that good?
I don't know. It was that forgettable? I don't know. It was fine. It was just fine. I don't know. Not my favorite Scream, but probably not the worst Scream.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. It's definitely not the worst, but it's definitely not the best.
Yeah. I'd say it's probably the lower tier of Scream movies, but it was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree.
Good.
I agree. I didn't want to say nothing before you watched it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree.
But Scream is one of those movies that, like, I've already seen the rest of them. I'm going to go back. Like, Halloween is probably that same thing. I forget where I dropped off of Halloween, but I might go back and finish those up. There's a couple like that. Like, I know this might not be the best. And Scream is definitely one of those movies just like, okay, you're not looking for high class cinema here. Scream is like, it's not going to be like the greatest movie. It's not going to be the best horror movie of all time, but it's just, it's Scream. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I understand exactly what you're talking about. Okay.
So what about you?
Nice. For me, I caught up on Freerun, Sentenced to be a Hero, Hell's Paradise. Ugh, Hell's Paradise. So good. Oh, I'm so excited for like the next little bit of the story. I'm so excited. I went back and I watched Invincible. I caught up to Invincible, which is pretty good so far. Actually, this season of Invincible, I'd say, is better than it, at least for how far they're in. They're like 4 episodes in. These 4 episodes, I would say, are better than last season's. Then like the last 2 seasons, it was kind of like shaky. Like it had its good moments, then it had its like eh. But this one has been pretty solid the whole way through, in my personal opinion. Like there hasn't been any moments where I'm just like, eh. It's more like nice the whole way through. So yeah, there's that. I watched Project Hail Mary. I don't know if I mentioned that last time, but I watched Project Hail Mary. That was pretty good. I did read the book, so it was nice to read the book and watch the movie. I saw, what did I see? So I think I mentioned last time that I watched Undertone. That's a interesting movie.
How was that?
Um,
I think I asked you that last week and you said it was pretty good.
nice.
It was good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, okay. So me and my friend, we thought it was good. Our other friend, he said he didn't like it. He was like, he's like, it was trash. But me and my friend that we went to go see it, we were like, I mean, the way they marketed it was like a auditory Blair Witch type of thing. So like a found footage, so it's like a found audio type of thing, and that's pretty accurate. So I think it's creepy on in that sense. Like if you're looking for like something like Halloween or something, it's not going to be that. But if you're looking for like that creepy aspect of like kind of giving you like an uneasy feeling or unsettling feeling, I say it would go along there. I think you would like it because you tend to like more um like Asian horror, like Japanese horror or Thai horror. So and they kind of lean more so into like the psychological elements of it. So I think you might like it a little bit more uh than especially we'll like it more than Scream 7, I'll tell you that much. So 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 yeah, I think it was good. I was gonna say it's like the crappy movie, but now that I think about it, I think you'll like it a lot. And then I watched Ready or Not 2, which was yeah, if you like the first movie, you're gonna love the second movie. I'll tell you that much. It was so good. And then I haven't seen it yet, but tomorrow I'm gonna go see They Will Kill You, which to me seems like it's in the same like ballpark as Ready or Not. So I mean I'll let you know next week.
Okay.
But yeah. But yeah, yeah. That's about it though. And I'm gonna watch Daredevil. Daredevil just came out. Born Again.
I could have sworn you.
Season 2.
Oh, season 2. Okay.
Mhm. My bad.
Yeah, I was looking for it and I couldn't find it last time on Disney Plus. So maybe. Is it on Disney Plus?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I got to check that out.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. I'm so excited for season 2. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see if it continues to go up or if they go into a downward spiral. But I'm excited for Spider-Man. So we'll see how this goes.
Oh, yeah. Spider-Man is the end of July, right? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's always about that time. So yeah, I'm ready for it. Let's see.
Yeah. But that's about it for watching. Did you catch up in free run?
Free run. I think so. I might be one episode behind for free run.
Okay. We might be in the same place then.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm caught up on free run.
Okay. I listened to the intro again and I took time to actually listen to it. I still stand by my statement. I like the opening 2 better.
Okay.
Hands down. Hands down.
Okay. I think it's close.
I will say I like the visuals for opening 3. But
the visuals are good, but I like the song as well. But I really do like the song for season 2. I really like they both just have like nice beats to them. But season 3 sounds a little bit more epic at some points, and it really kind of gets that I think it kind of gives that fantasy vibe a little bit more. But season 2 is I feel a little bit more modern, but it still fits it really well.
Okay.
Especially I think there's like a breakdown on the bass. I love that part.
Yeah.
Ooh, that part is good. Yeah. And then the part after that, like I really do love the opening, opening 2, but I like 3. Yeah. I like 3 even better.
Yeah, it gives you the epic feeling.
Yeah.
I can give you that opening 3. Yeah. I can give you that. But yeah. Oh man. Oh, but I'm excited to talk about the openings. Anything else for watching?
I don't think so. Not this week. Hopefully next week.
Well, in opening fashion, we're gonna move into anime, which this week we are starting season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen, and oh boy, is it a start? Let's just go ahead and I want to say before I even get into the synopsis, what did you think about the opening? Because there's no way I'm going to be able to just not.
Okay, I was wondering if we should start with the opening, so let me just introduce or interrupt right now. I guess I can wait for the ending for later. But opening 1 is Ao no Sumika by Tatsuya Kitari, who is slowly becoming, well, he's not slowly, he's already become one of my he's a good J-pop artist that I like. He has a lot of tracks that I really like. I think he did the opening for Kenshin, and even some of his songs that aren't, I don't know. I've heard a lot of songs from him. Even this song I heard before I knew it was a JJK opening. And I thought it would be like for One Piece, for one of the seasons I hadn't seen yet. Because it's talking about where our blue is basically the title of it. So I was like, oh, this must be one of the new openings for One Piece that I haven't heard yet. But no, it's JJK, and I like it.
Yeah.
I think the openings from season 1 might beat it out, but I like it.
You think so?
I think so. I think so.
I didn't expect that from you.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't expect that. I thought you were gonna like this one more.
No, I like the song, but I think the season 1 openings are a little bit above it. Yeah. What about you?
Oh, man, I actually think I like this one more.
Of course you do. You just gotta, whatever I say, you're gonna be the opposite of.
No. I still don't like opening 2 more than opening 1. Opening 1 is still hands down better than opening 2, in my opinion.
No.
I feel like the mix really messed up opening 2. I don't know what it was, but I feel like whoever mixed it for the opening of the show, like the song itself is fire, but the mix for it in the opening of the show is just not where it should be. But for this opening 3 for season 2, I kind of like it. I really like it. And like I didn't like it at first. Like I listened to it on the first episode and I was like, man, this is weak. I still like opening the first opening. But then I listened to it watching it on episode 2 and I was like, oh wait, no. I actually kind of like it. It kind of like snuck up on me, and so like I'm debating whether opening 1 or this one is like at the top spot, but I do like opening 3 like a lot. And then uh yeah, it really goes with it. It fits the story where they are. So I like it.
I mean, it
seems
does.
like it's
Yeah.
yeah. So so yeah, had to get that out the way because I listened to it. I was like, yeah, kind of rocking with this opening. So we'll see. I'll have a better answer as we go further into the season. But with that being said, we are going to jump straight in. We are continuing with season 2, episodes 25 and 26, Hidden Inventory 1 and 2. So, yeah, I'm gonna just keep the episodes as they are.
Was that the plan? All right.
Yeah. I was gonna do season 2, episode 1, but I was like, that's gonna be confusing because on the actual episode list, it's gonna say 25. So.
Oh, does it? All right.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention to that. Okay, so good to know.
Yeah. All right. Episode 25, Hidden Inventory. So with this, we open up with a monologue from Suguru Geto. What the contents of what he's talking about, I did not write down. All we know is he's monologuing because that's the important part. And then we cut to Mei, who is a first grade sorcerer. I felt like it was good for me to go ahead and write down all of their ranks as we go through this, just to make sure, because I became confused. So Mei is a first grade sorcerer, and she's on a mission to hunt a curse. She's also joined by Utahime Iori, who is a second grade sorcerer. So first things first, I gotta say the animation team really upped their game for this season. I just noticed that immediately, and it was just too good to not mention.
It really looks like a movie.
Yeah,
like they put like the movie budget into this one somehow.
And I did not remember it looking that good.
Yeah.
I didn't remember it. That was a pleasant surprise. I say, dang. All right, but so we continue, and Mei and Utahime are they're on the mission, but they get trapped into a manifestation of a cursed mindset, which is AKA a barrier. So as they're in the manifestation or the barrier, they devise a plan to escape. It seems like Mei is kind of mentoring Utahime a little bit, being that she's a grade higher than her. And so they devise a plan to get out. And as they do, their plan works, I think, because after they blow up the barrier, Satoru Gojo is there and he's like, I'm here to save you. So is he there to save him? I don't know. Did he just happen to be in the right place at the right time? Who knows? They never actually explain it. So with that, they're all kind of like talking. So it's Gojo, Utahime, and Mei. They're just talking. And Geto just like walks up. He's there. And then also Soko, I do not know how to say her last name. Shoko Eerie, something like that. I think
Iori?
so.
I don't know.
Eerie. I'm just gonna call her Shoko. But just know her last name is written in my notes. So she's there too, and guess what? These three are second year Jujutsu at Jujutsu High.
Ieri?
So
Yeah.
these are our new trio. So what this is telling me is that this is happening in the past from the first season. So I don't know how far back in the past, maybe like 2 years. I don't know, two or three,
Mm-mm.
4. I don't know how many years it is, but they never say. They don't say. All we know is it's happening in the past, and they never give us a time frame. So actually, yeah, 2 years is a bit too short. I'd say I'd say at minimum 5 to 6.
It's got to be more than that.
You think so?
Yeah, but future spoilers.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay. So this is happening in the past from the first season. LOL. So they are not phased by the curse at all. That literally just put up a barrier. Geto is like, yeah, no, don't worry about that. Don't kill that. I'm gonna eat that later. And then Meme is like, oh, and then Meme and Utahime are apparently they were in the barrier for 2 days. So we find that out, and they're like, oh, that makes sense, I guess. But also, no one put up a veil because when they got there, Meme was like, "Don't worry about that, Utahime. We don't need a veil. We'll just go ahead and go in and take care of this right now. It's not that bad." So seems like they should have put a veil up because we cut back to Jujutsu High, and this is where our past trio, which is Gojo, Geto, and Shoko. I love how they all rhyme. Anyways, um, they're getting scolded by Masamichi, who is a first grade sorcerer and their teacher and instructor now, and yes, he is the principal in the present time. And about putting up a veil, which they should have done because they were on that mission and everything like that. So in the next scene, we see Gojo talking up to the other two members of the trio about the importance of putting up veils and like why is it even important. And at this point, it's interesting because we get to see that Gojo and Geto have differing views on what matters morally, and it's not what you think. From season one, you would think that Geto would be the person that says veils are unimportant and who cares about, the common folk and all that. But it's really Gojo who's saying that, and Geto is defending the common folk, saying we have to protect the weak and everything like that. So it's like, okay, that's interesting to start off here. But we'll come back to that. And so with that, Gojo and Geto are going head to head, um, but then Masamichi shows up and he gives them a mission. He assigns them a mission, which is an escort and a racing mission. So we learn what the Star Plasma Vessel is and why it's important to Tengen, who we learned in season one is a sorcerer whose technique is like eternal life or something like that. So he's the one who like oversees like holding up a lot of barriers for Jujutsu High, and uh, he does a lot of important work, for lack of a better word or details. So pretty much the Star Plasma Vessel is what he uses to not lose himself. So he kind of transfers or assimilates himself into the vessel. So pretty much Geto and Gojo are assigned with the mission of escorting the vessel and erasing the vessel. So um, with that, after they receive the information for the assignment, Gojo decides to throw out a random Digimon reference, which is kind of crazy but awesome at the same time. And then we learn about the Curse User Group Q and the Star Religious Group or Time Vessel Association, which both groups, if I'm not mistaken, kind of like worship Tengen or like have some type of affinity to Tengen, where they like are really interested and fanatical. So with that, where Satoru is super cocky and full of himself during this time period, as the word per the words of Geto, and at the same time, they're going to the Geto is going to the apartment building to grab the vessel, the Star Plasma vessel, and Gojo is drinking a drink, and Satoru, no, not Satoru, Suguru is attacked by cursed user group Q combatant whose name is Kokun, and he pretty much blows up the building because he's attacking the vessel, and also now he's attacking Geto. But Geto catches the vessel in midair, all cool, all over. like Geto and Gojo have like mad aura for no reason. And then a member of the same group whose name is Bayer attacks Gojo and it's like, yeah, I'm about to destroy you. And Gojo's like, okay, bro. And then the last scene of this episode shows that an assignment is being given to a former Zenin clan member who is married to a Fushiguro woman. And that's it. What do you think about this episode?
I don't know what's up with JJK and just going to completely different time period. It's like, stick with one person, guys. What are you doing? You're confusing me. So I remember that being my first impression starting it. It's like, oh, okay, I guess we're back in the past. And I do remember, I think a friend watched this before me and said something about the past, and I was like, oh, he said something about time. So I was like, oh, they're about to time skip or something like that. No, it's a flashback to the past. So we get to see Gojo and Geto and see kind of, I guess, their relationship and what's going on in students. So I really liked it. I like seeing kind of how their views are reversed. And I like getting, even now, a little bit more explanation about like the sorcery techniques and things like that. So even now we're learning a little bit more about what's going on in the world. Animation was on point. I like seeing the characters that we know in the future, and they still have those weird quirks about them. But I really liked the episode. It was really good.
Yeah. Yes. I agree. This was a really, really amazing episode. I already put some of my thoughts in here because I was taking the notes and I just had to throw them in there. But yes, the animation team really went stupid for no reason. And I love it. And that seems to be like their MO. They just go crazy every single time. Um I like that Gojo is still, well, he's not still Gojo. Apparently, he is literally full of himself and he
Yeah,
has a whole different mindset.
you're
However,
like,
he still has
he's
his quirkiness.
for now he's full of himself. He's always been full of himself. I don't know, like from the beginning.
I mean, yeah, but in the wait, not in the past, in the future of this time, he's like, he's all let's protect people, kind of, you know. Like, well, at least more than what he's saying now. Like now he has no regard for like life at all. He's like, "Ah, they're weak. Why should we protect them?" At least, when Yuji and them are there, he's like, you can't save everybody, but let's at least try to minimize casualties. You know?
And maybe they did mention dropping a veil if they had to fight outside the building. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, that was on apparently Gojo. Yeah.
I thought it was Mei, but we're not going to get into it.
No, maybe it was like we don't need it inside the building. So if we're gonna be inside the building, we're fine. But if the fight comes out, you need to drop a veil. Like she tells Utahime
Oh,
to drop the veil if they have to fight outside the building.
yeah, I guess it would be Gojo's fault because
Yeah.
apparently they were in there for 2 days.
Yeah.
And they were outside.
That's why when they go back to the school, the principals or the teachers like, all right, which one of you guys did it? And everybody else is just like pointing at Gojo. And Gojo's like, it's not important who did it, is it? It's not really that important. So
It's a little important. But I will say with this, I like the fact that we're getting some more lore as far as like organizations within the world, and also we learned more about Tengen and
yeah.
like what's the deal with him because they kind of just name dropped him in the and like they kind of name dropped him in the not the last episode, but in the sister event, the Kyoto sister
Yeah.
exchange event, they like name dropped him in the last episode after
Well, no, they talk about it during the
episode.
sister event because they're like Tengen keeps the barriers and stuff. Or I think it might have been Geto who was talking about Tengen. Because he was like, yeah, this is what Tengen does. Like he rearranges things, he makes barriers, so you never really know. Like they rearrange every building in Jujutsu Kaisen or whatever it's called.
Yeah, because they mentioned it after they found out that Mojito, I was blanking on his name. Mojito stole the finger, and then whatever details. Yes, they explain it.
Well, I think
So
they said it before because Geto talks about it, and then everybody at Jujutsu High
mm,
also mention it like after the fact.
yes, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
Or it might have been
And
during it. I don't remember, but they do flash back to Geto like coming up with the plan.
they say it twice. I can't
Yeah.
remember. Yeah, they they definitely say it twice. But I do like that they're like dropping the lore and everything like that, and it's pretty cool to get some more information about it. And it's nice to see. I guess it's nice to see Ghetto like not being a sociopath. You
Yeah.
know, he's pretty. Seems like he's pretty normal. So now I'm very curious. What happened?
Yeah.
Now I'm like, oh, we need answers, like for sure. Because from the movie, he just started off just sociopathic, and he was like, yeah, we're gonna get everybody out of here. That's not a sorcerer,
Mm-hmm.
and he was already like that in season one. So it's like, dang, season two, he's just like, we must protect the weak instead of, making room for only the strong. And I was just like, wait, what? So I need answers. But yeah, I think this is pretty cool. It's cool to see Mei Mei uh before she got the hair.
She had the hair. It was just different.
Yeah, the difference the key word. Different is the key word. But yeah, I think that's it for episode one. To be honest, I don't know if anything like super major happens here. Anything else you wanted to add to it?
Nope. Let's head to see episode 2 or episode
All right,
26.
6. Episode 26, hidden inventory number 2. All right, so with this, we open up with Geto pretty much making the Q combatant Kokun surrender, and like we just cut their battle and just go straight to him just winning. And him like, okay, dude, I'm gonna leave. I quit. I'm sorry. I'm done. Although my partner, he's pretty strong. He's gonna come over here and kick your butt. And then he's like, oh, you mean this guy? And it just shows Gojo just knocked him out and tied him up to a light post. So these guys are obviously super strong. They're both special grade sorcerers, and we know this. So, with that, we move on to our unknown Fushiguro man betting on horses and making and going over his strategy on how to take on Gojo. Oh, yes, what I did forget to mention, in that last scene in the last episode, our Fushiguro man, he pretty much was offered an assignment to go, I guess, kidnap or take out the plasma vessel, the star plasma vessel, and in turn he's gonna take out the whoever is guarding her. But his mission is to take out the star plasma vessel. So he's going over his plan in this episode, which is a strategy on how to get around Gojo, who is the main person that he needs to get around in order to complete his mission. But we also find out that he is known as a sorcerer killer. So we need some more information on that. That means he's a pretty OP character. And then before the random guy he's talking to, because that guy has no name, we don't care about him. But as that guy is leaving, he asks our unknown man how Megami is doing, and we all know that name. But our unknown man appears like he doesn't know who that is, so I guess we'll never get answers to that. But we do know who Megami is. So with that, we cut to another scene where we find out that the star plasma vessel's name is Rico Amane, and we get a silly scene with her because she got saved by Geto, where she wakes up inside of Gojo's arms, and she has like a push-pull moment where like she's smacking around Gojo, but then Geto's like, yo, we're perfectly safe and we're like your friends, and she's like, no, you're after me and everything like that. I'm gonna start calling the Geto and Gojo the GG boys. So with that, we learn about Geto's technique, which is curse manipulation, and pretty much he can absorb and manipulate cursed spirits, which I think he does go over in the movie, but he kind of like said it again here in this episode. And he explains that to Rico, and he also explains that to Kuroy. Kuroy. I think I said her name wrong. but Kuroi, something like that, who is her like maid or handler or guardian, Riko's guardian. And so after hearing about the assimilation process from Riko's point of view, where she's proud to be a part of the process, the GG boys are told to do whatever Riko wants because, which includes taking her to school and everything like that. They don't see the GG boys don't see the point in doing that. So Ghetto, after they like are like, yeah, whatever. Ghetto proceeds to speak about how she won't be able to return to her life after this or see her friends or family or anything like that. She'll cease to pretty much exist and everything like that. And then Riko hears it and she kind of wavers in her pride for a moment, but then we just kind of breeze past it. After that, we cut to a scene where we see the Fushiguro man kind of sitting in a cafe and he's looking at people race water boats. He must have a gambling problem or something. But anyways, and then we cut to another guy who's sitting in a car and he has a laptop up, and pretty much it looks like there's a bounty placed on Rico. And based on the last conversation, I'm assuming the Shiguro man likely used his mission money to place a hit on her and everything like that. Why? Don't know, but hey, we'll find out later, I guess. Uh, so we get confirmation that the Fushiguro man did indeed place a bounty on Rico because he takes a phone call and he gets questioned about it, like, yo, why'd you use your money to place a bounty? And he's like, hey, you asking too many questions, bro. I'm the guy who takes out sorcerers and I get my missions done. I'm trying to weaken out, Gojo and his friend first before I decide to head in there. It's all of our part of the plan. And so that's his plan. So with that, Geto has placed some cursed spirits to watch Rico, and he's like, "All right, we need to go get Rico because two of the spirits just got taken out. So we got to go fight the bounty hunters." And so Geto fights the first bounty hunter in the school, and we get to see Geto kind of go crazy and go ham with his TQC, his close quarter combat, because we saw him in the movie, and we know he got the hands. He got hands for days, but everybody else doesn't know that. So, he used his master strategy to get the guy to come closer to him and just piece them up like with a quick 15-piece combo. And then this is where we cue a funny scene where Gojo is going in to get Rico, and apparently everybody thinks Gojo is hot. And then he gets Rico and he bounces out of the school. Right?
Apparently.
Apparently. And then we learn that the bounty on Rico is $30 million and it's open for 2 days. 30 million. That's a lot. But we also learn
Not
about
dollars, though.
Well, they said dollars and
Oh,
I'm
did
watching
they?
it dub.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Is it yen?
I
Or
thought it
what is it?
was.
I thought it would be yen, but they said dollars in mine, so I was like,
Okay.
whatever, dollars.
Well,
But 30 million yen, 30 million currency. But with that, Gojo is fighting the second bounty hunter that came to the school, and we learn about Gojo's technique, which is the limitless technique, and also his six eyes technique. I think it's a technique. I think six eyes is a technique. That might be a trait, a family trait.
yeah.
But his technique, I know for sure, is limitless. And so with his trait six eyes that he gets from his family, he's able to quickly learn how somebody else's technique works. And we at least get a small part of it. I think they did speak on it a little bit in the first season, but I gotta go back and look at it to see if it's different than this. But with his eyes, he's able to see techniques really quickly and kind of assess how they work, like in a split second kind of thing. But then his limitless technique, it pretty much slows down anything that approaches him so that it never touches him, which he did explain in season one. And then also he can reverse it to where like there's a single like he makes a single point and it sucks in everything to that singular space that Gojo creates by controlling the cursed energy around it and everything like that. And so pretty much he makes short work of bounty hunter number two, and then as soon as he's about to like take out bounty hunter like number two for a final blow, he teases a reverse curse technique, which is red, which I'm not sure if we ever got explained what a reverse curse technique is, but he teases it. But then which he says it's the divergence of infinity. But he fails, and then we find out that Rico finds out that Kuroi has been captured. And that is the end of episode 26. What did you think?
I like I like the episode. It was nice being able to actually see them fight a little bit, because at the beginning of the episode, you're just like, okay, Q's done. We're not even going to see the fight. What's up with this?
Yeah,
that was a pretty funny little rug pull. But actually getting a chance to see both of them fight the bounty hunters was pretty cool. Getting to see Mugen in action, or before he becomes able to wield it to the effect that he can when in a couple years, was nice. Still curious on the whole reversal. What is it? The reverse curse technique that they keep talking about, but it was nice for them to drop that little hint. It's like, okay, none of us can use it as good as Mei can. And then him actually try to pull off the move, and he's like, failed. That was pretty good. But yeah, it was a good episode. I like to see a little bit of lore we got, the action that we got. They had a good mixture of both of them. Seeing the older Fushiguro go around doing his little plotting was definitely confusing, but it's like, okay, something says this guy is dangerous.
yeah.
And that's why I said it's probably over 5 years, because if the Megumi he's talking about, like, I don't remember him. Did he talk about his father at all? I don't remember. Yeah, I think he said something about his father being gone.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's why he doesn't remember or do anything about the name.
Yeah, I forget who he was talking to, but he was talking to somebody in season 1, Megami, that is, and he had mentioned the time. I think this is when like his sister got introduced and everything like that, and this is where Gojo came to recruit him and everything. But they mentioned that his dad was with his mom, and then like he left the Zenin clan, but he kind of like gave Megami to the Zenin clan, but Gojo came to save Megami from the clan. Like his father didn't really like care too much about Megami.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Who could this guy be?
We'll see. But yeah, it was nice seeing all of that.
Yeah.
And then it's not just the ladies in the show that like Gojo. I think all ladies like Gojo.
Yeah. They all like him.
Even some of the guys. But hey, what you gonna do?
We're gonna hire our mystery Fushiguro man to take him out.
We'll see. But yeah, really good episode. I liked it. Action, lore, animation, everything was on point.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm excited. I'll be real. I did not remember any of this from season 2, from the beginning. So it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice to see this again. It's literally a repeat of season 1. It's so strange how that happens, though.
Is it?
Like, as far as not like as like you're seeing it, and you're like, oh
yeah,
this is different than I remember, but it's like different for the better in a way. It's like, how is that even? But yeah.
Well, they drop a lot of info in that it can be hard to get sometimes. It's almost like, I gotta watch this episode like 2 or 3 times just to make sure I catch everything. But yeah, they do a good job, I think.
Yeah.
It's like, I may not understand all of the reverse curse technique info yet, but I do know that Gojo's trying to pull it off and he fails, and Mei is obviously the one that's got it right now. So
I think it was Shoto that they were talking about, because they showed
her
doing the...
Oh yeah, it was. It wasn't Mei. Yeah, you're right.
So
yeah, she's like, yeah, you kind of do. It's like this, and then you do this, and they're just like, yo, what are you doing? Yeah.
I want to see her in action, because I don't. Was she in season 1?
Yeah. No, but she was in the movie, I think.
Oh man, I gotta go back and watch it. Was she?
Yeah.
She probably was. I want to see her in action. I don't think she fought in the movie.
I don't
probably just
think
there, right?
so. Yeah, I can't remember if she fought, but yeah, because it was like, because I was like, man, they haven't, and I was like, no, they did. We did see her before. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But I'm curious. I gotta know. I gotta see this reverse technique, and I gotta see it explained, and I gotta see it in action because this is new.
Yeah.
But anyways, well, that's
well, it's not new because they also mention it in season 1, reverse techniques, because it's like
for Gojo.
Well, Gojo pulls it off. I can't. So they probably say it then, but it's also Sukuna. Sukuna can use them too.
A reverse technique?
Yeah, because I think he uses it to heal himself. So I think curses can use them. I think curses can use them a lot easier if I remember correctly. But yeah.
Oh, okay. Did they go into detail about it? I don't remember.
They mentioned it a few times, but yeah.
Oh, I must not have been paying attention. Or I might not have thought it was important. I might have thought it was just like something in passing.
Yeah.
That might have been what it is.
Yep.
But okay. I believe you. I believe you. Anything else you want to add to it?
Nope. Good episode. Enjoyed it.
All right. Well, that's it for anime. Thanks for rocking with me on anime. Now we're gonna move into Toku.
Yeah. Let's get on to the Toku.
There's so many words ending with O.
Toku ends with a U, but that's cool.
No, I mean in Jujutsu
Kaisen,
everybody's name ends with a O.
So for the Toku section, we're going to start off with Ninpuu Sentai Hurricainger. We're doing episodes 41, 42, 43, and 44 of Hurricainger and Kamen Rider Ryuki. But let's start with scroll 41 of Ninpuu Sentai Hurricainger, The Metal and the Comedians. Meru to Manzai. So we open up with Satarakura. Oh, spoilers ahead for all of those episodes. If you haven't seen them, go see them and then come back. Satarakura tries to steal Sandaru's stone that he was flashing around at the end of the last episode, but he's immediately caught by Sandaru, and then Sandaru kind of tries to get him under his wing. Meanwhile, we cut back to the base, and Oboro is kind of getting annoyed with Hurricaneger, and she's trying to fix Tri-Condor and the rest of the shinobi machines that were destroyed when they fused before. Tsukomina is the new Jakanja general or soldier that comes to attack the city. Kota is out and about trying to go see his sister in the city, where he comes across them, and then he starts fighting, and then everyone eventually catches up to Kota as he's fighting Tsukomina. The name makes a lot more sense now that I say it. He tells bad jokes in order, so Tsukomi is like a joke or a gag. So Tsukomina is his name, and they always use little jokes off of the Japanese for the names of the monsters. They kind of tell what they're going to do. So this guy tells bad jokes in order to attack everyone. So it's like getting hurt by dad puns, but literally. Then he suddenly retreats. Mako sees the fight and starts trying to follow the Go Rider, and notice Mako being Kota's sister. She comes out, sees their fight, notices their changers on their wrists, and even when they escape, she noticed Kota also has one of those changers on his wrist as well. Chikanja comes to start the second stage, which is a comedy show with Satarakura and Tsukomina. The Rangers attack, and then Mako kind of watches from behind some bushes where she's hiding, and then she figures out that Kota is the yellow Hurricaneger. But suddenly, behind her, an untransformed Kota arrives to take her away when she kind of gets too close to the action and gets hurt. I wonder who that is. When the Rangers get angry during the fight, Sandaru drains them from their energy with his rock, kind of from the shadows or from behind them. And then Hurricaneger eventually comes back, and then Kota figures out Tsukumina's attack, that he's using his fingers whenever he does a gag to hit them. So then he counters that, and then they end up defeating him with the victory gadget. The seal on Sandaru's stone releases, and it becomes the Medal of Angry Arrow, or I forget what they call it, but it's like that. It's like the Angry Arrow medal. They leave while Wendy grows Tsukumina, and then the Rangers defeat him easily with Tenrai Senpujin. Kota sees his little sister off, and then she kind of reveals that she figured everything out, and she knows that he's at Hurricaneger trying to protect the city. And then Nanami and Yosuke are there, but they try to keep one of the little Karakuri robots from wiping what's her name? They try to keep Mako. They try to keep the robot from wiping Mako's memory, and that's kind of where the episode ends off. What'd you think?
This was it was a cool episode. I liked it. Honestly, I don't think there's any episode of this show that I haven't liked so far. If I'm being completely honest, I feel like they've been pretty solid and consistent throughout the whole thing. Like, has it been the greatest thing in the world? No, but they've been consistent, and I've liked every episode. I thought it was cool to get to see Kota's sister, because I think she's been mentioned before when Kota like mentions growing up and stuff. So it's cool to see her, meet her, and everything like that.
We've seen her before.
Have we?
Yeah, and the first couple of episodes, like episode 3 or 4, she's going on her trip. Like, she's coming back from her trip to get her
that makes sense.
Not passport, what is it? Visa, I think. But that first episode, it was her trying to go off to abroad and him seeing her off. You don't remember that?
No.
I remember that.
Nah, really.
So yeah, we've seen her before.
Sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense. Okay, well, I'm glad she came back. I'm glad they're closing that loop and everything like that. I like how she's figuring, like, immediately just figured out, oh, these guys are the ninjas. And like, nobody else in the city can figure it out, but she like just shows up out the blue, and she's like, I figured it out. And she even saw through Hurricaneger's disguise.
yeah. When that fight starts, I was like, "Where's Hurricaneger though? Everybody else is there. The Go Ranger are there. The Hurricanegers are there. There's no Hurricaneger." And then it's like, "Oh, okay. So he needs to be like the human Kota in order for the plan to work." It's like, okay, I see.
Exactly. At least somebody can figure it out, because I'll tell you what, the Hurricanegers and the Go Ranger cannot figure it out at all.
Yeah.
So, but it was cool. I liked the bad dad jokes. It's very endearing. But I like the new Spear. He seems very competent. He's giving me, like I said last time, Roki vibes, and it seems like his plan is the only one that's like really truly work. Actually, you know what? I can't even say that. Everybody else has some good plans. Everybody else has had some good plans, but his plan seems like it's working for right now. So I'm eager to see what happens next. Rest in peace to our other dude, who the Scorpion guy who was taking him out. He had a good run.
Yeah.
But yeah. What did you think about it?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I think I did my little comments in between, but I like the episode. I think they did a good job. New powers. It was nice seeing Mako again. They're keeping that kind of little thread going about her being a bride and then coming back and seeing Kota. Always like seeing them have their little past lives brought up, so we can learn a little bit more about them. So that was cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like her being able to figure out what was going on, and then I like them protecting her from, just like Yosuke's one dude, like they're protecting her from the robot so they don't wipe their memory. So
Yeah.
so that was pretty good. I liked it all. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good point. They did keep the robot back because like I thought the robot was gonna wipe dude's memory in the restaurant,
Yeah.
but I like how they keep bringing that. They keep calling back to the robot. That's pretty funny.
Yep.
All right.
We can keep it moving to scroll 42. The armor and the raging arrow. Yoroi to ikari no ya. So ikari. Tao says that the grieving bow, I think is and the angry arrow combine. If they combine, that will take them closer to it, or they will obtain it. And then they think that since the bow is a metal, or no, since the arrow is a metal, then the bow must be an arrow as well, or a metal as well. Then we cut to the Rangers, and the Rangers are trying to figure out what the metal is, and they want to figure out who Hurricaneger is, and who Hurricaneger and Gozen are. And then they happen to be overheard by a local fisher that is just around. Just a random person that happens to overhear them. Saturakura and Sandaru end up attacking the Rangers, telling them to give up the metal. They attack, and then they start working the Rangers pretty hard. And then Hurricaneger eventually shows up, but their attacks still don't land, or they get knocked back. Then Sargain arrives in the new Magatame Mark III. Which is a robot piloting a robot. He's a bug piloting a robot.
Piloting a bug?
No, I don't even know if he's really a bug.
No, I'm joking.
But
I was joking.
Anyway, the Rangers attack with the robots one by one, and every time they do, Sargain records something into a disc. When they go into Tenai Senpujin form, he fills up his disc, says it's complete, and then he escapes as the Megatame Mark III is destroyed. Hurricaneger ends up taking the rest of the Rangers to meet Gozen, but it appears that Gozen is gone and left a teddy bear with a scroll on it that just reveals that he knew what they were trying to do. Sargain loads his data from the disc into a new giant, the gadget giant Gain, and then heads back into battle. This time during the battle, he uses the metal to make a karakuri ball, and then turns it into the angry arrow, which he uses to do a move called the Killer Slash, which ends up defeating Tenrai Senpujin. And that's kind of where the episode ends off. What'd you think?
Rest in peace to the Hurricanegers.
Yeah.
Real talk. We got the raging arrow, so I mean, that's it. That's GG's.
And they were getting kind of pushed the whole episode.
Makes you wonder why they all didn't just attack them all at once at the beginning of the shit.
Yeah. I mean, I think they did, didn't they?
I mean, a couple times. I don't know if it's been to that extent, but a couple times. I feel like something always happens that like interrupts the fight. So yeah, I guess they've done it same way. Like this time, something interrupted the fight. So, but I liked it. I like the fact that as for this episode and for some other ones, they're bringing back the aspect of like the Rangers not really trusting Hurricaneger, because they still don't know who he is and everything like that. And then the stuff with Tozen is kind of like exacerbating the whole situation. So I like that they're questioning it, and you can kind of see the turmoil kind of with Hurricaneger. Like he's like, maybe I should tell them, or like, I can't tell them. Then they're like, well, we're friends, and he's like, yeah, I guess we are friends. And so he wants to tell them and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. It's a cool dynamic. Will we ever find out who Hurricaneger is? I don't know. We're running out of episodes, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But it was a good episode overall. I think the whole aspect of, oh crap, what's his name? The bug and the robot.
Which one?
The bug in the robot in the robot.
Sargine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sargane. I like how he's like super smart and is like copying. Like he figured out. He's like, oh, it's a metal. I know who has metals.
Yeah.
I pretty much copied what they did.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. I want to see how they. I want to see how that plays out and if they can figure out what the other thing is. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like the episode. It was a nice wrapping up the danger for everyone involved. I think they've been doing it. All of the spears have been doing a good job. Like their plans and everything seem like they have been pretty effective a lot more times than not. But I think, I don't know. I gather, or I took it as they're all trying to create it by like rotting the city. So they weren't necessary. And I think the Rangers like escape a lot. So either something gets
That is true.
something happens where they no longer need to fight or they need to retreat.
Yeah.
Chikanja also kind of dips out whenever they get defeated too. So
Yeah.
I think it kind of goes both ways, but I think I like the flow of everything.
Yeah. I guess that's a classic ninja move, so
Yeah.
it tracks.
Yeah.
It tracks. Look at us. We're figuring it all out piece by piece.
Yeah. And I don't know if Sargine's a bug. Maybe he's just like a mini alien. But I think it's funny that he's piloting a robot that's piloting the robot. It's like, bro, why don't you just have like your mini control set that you can use without the robot in the middle?
It's not meta at that point.
Yeah. The delay in that has to be horrendous. Come on.
Yeah, the latency.
Yeah, the latency.
That's funny.
But yeah, pretty funny.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah, I feel it. I thought when you said he was the alien, I thought Men in Black. Like the little
Yeah, the little guy.
Well, that's all I got for this episode.
Yeah, we can keep it moving because the next episode is kind of a second part. Like this is almost like a two-parter. So the next episode is Scroll 43, Super Fusion and the Big Clash. Cho gatai to dai gekitutsu. So Hurricaneger calls out Revolver Mammoth at the last minute to try to help them in the fight. It buys them a little bit of time. First off, I'm going to do it now. So I'm going to be putting in my comments. They always wait until one of the spears is dead for the opening. I'm switching back to the opening. They always wait until one of the spears is dead.
Wait, cut out.
Oh, sorry. They always wait until one of the spears is dead. You can't hear me?
I can't hear you.
What? You can't hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Oh, they always wait until one of the spears is dead before they bring on the new spear, just to keep the beats in line on the opening theme. Have you noticed that? So they always have the same amount of spears. That way, every beat, because it goes like the beat flashes one of the spears, and then the next beat, they flash the other one. And then they do it. The group on the last beat is like the group shot.
You're talking about in the opening song?
Yeah, I'm talking about the opening song.
I never noticed that.
No? Wait. You never noticed that? Yo, that is the hottest thing. You have to watch the opening and see it because it goes beat, beat,
and I've
beat,
actually
beat,
been
beat.
watching the intro too.
Yeah.
I've actually been watching the intro for this. I did not notice that they switched it. I always thought they stayed the same. I was like, oh wow, they kept it the same the whole time.
Yeah.
Minus adding in the Rangers.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But when they switch to the Jikanja, it's like they always lose one member right as the next spear comes in. So I think it works out.
So cool.
But anyway, where were we? So Revolver Mammoth buys them a little time, but Sargine rocks them so hard that they all end up retreating. Jikanja look to target someone that might be hiding behind the Rangers. They figure there's someone helping them out. So they try to target that person in order to figure out where the grieving bow is. The the hamster sensei ends up being called out by the person talking to him. And then the dark stone, we find out that the dark stone was created by the ninjas and was the reason they fought in the past. But it was hidden away until the time would come for when all of the ninja schools would unite and there wouldn't be any more infighting between the ninjas. And also that the ninjas kind of get their power from that stone. Sargine is filling himself, so he ends up heading back out with the metal and attacks the city, trying to call out the rangers. All of the rangers show up, minus Hurricaneger, and then they try to buy some time for Oboro to finish the repairs on the rest of the machines. They fight, but are getting beat by Sargine until Oboro finishes the repairs at the last minute and sends out the shinobi machines. Then they combine into Tenrice and Pujin to continue the fight. They call out Revolver Mammoth, but it doesn't come out at first. And then Hurricaneger is telling them, well, Gozen is doing something to it. Oboro tells them in order to unlock the power, they're all going to have to pray together and kind of unite. And when they do, Mammoth arrives on the scene and they combine with it to equip all of the Karakuri balls at once and perform the ultimate rainbow attack and destroy the giant Ribby and steal the arrow. Sargon stumbles out and calls for the Hurricaneger to come and fight, but instead of the Hurricangers, Sandaru comes instead and then ends up defeating him and then slicing him in half. So we're down a spear. But what about the song?
We are down a spear.
What are they going to do? But that's where the episode ends out. What'd you think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess we are down a spear.
We're down a spear.
Dang it. Well, I don't know. Maybe they'll add a Taozan. And as
he's already in there. Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. And another ranger. I don't know. I thought the episode was pretty cool. I will say, I don't know if this one. No, this one's still pretty good. I say the praying of the whole team as they're getting attacked. I was like, now, under normal circumstances, them just getting barraged with attacks like this would result in the Megazord kind of breaking apart and them flying out in a bunch of sparks. But to the power of prayer, they have survived until the Megalodon, not the Megalodon. Is it a Megalodon?
No. It's a mammoth.
The mammoth.
A Megalodon. No.
Yeah. Until the mammoth shows up. So I'm not sure how I feel about that, but you know what? They've been doing pretty good this whole season, so I'm not gonna do them the same way as the other shows. So
well, I took it as they would have to take the hits in order to buy the time to kind of get into that mind state. Like what is it? Shoot, where you have the quiet time.
Zen?
Yeah, like a Zen state. And then unite all of their minds in order to call forth whatever that power is supposed to be. So it was more like an endurance thing.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. It's just only inconsistent with the fact that normally their robot breaks apart.
Yeah, once they get hit hard. They weren't hit hard enough. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. All right. I can take that. He didn't do his super secret special move, so yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. Which I don't know why he didn't, but he didn't. I think that's it. I don't really have anything like pressing about this episode, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought Sargon going down at the end was pretty like, uh-oh.
Actually, yeah, that is pretty uh-oh. Yeah, our new spear is kind of ruthless.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is out here. He's using everybody. Like I think Sagaraku, Sara, what's this dude's name? The yellow guy, the funny guy, kind of annoying.
Satarakura.
Saturakura. I was close enough. Saturakura. He wanted to learn like what the rock is, and then, dude, why does everybody name start with the S?
Sandaru.
Sandaru. He was like, bro, this is my rock, but if you want to help, you can help out.
Yeah.
And like he's just manipulating all of them and using them, and it's kind of great.
Yep.
Kind of. I have to have a thing for the villains. Yeah. So.
Of course you do.
Hey man.
But I think that's it for episode 43. We can keep it moving for the final episode of the week. Scroll 44. Gozen and the Misfortune Fan Beast. Gozen sama to Kyo Ogiju. Sandaru blames the Hurricaneger for Sargain's death. And Sargain's body is brought back to, what's the base for Jakanja called? Like the centipede, I think. And everyone sees Sargain's body split into two, and they think that the Hurricaneger did it. But we get a shot of Wendy kind of thinking a little bit about what's going on. And then he uses the data that he stole from Sargain. The Hurricaneger try to figure out how to seal the Raging Arrow, so they travel in disguise in order to take it to Gozen in secret. But they are found out by Jakanja, who attack, and the Go-Rider intercept them the first time in order for the Hurricaneger to go ahead. Next, Saturakura attacks them, but then the soba delivery guy that they ran into earlier turns out to actually be Hurricaneger, who again blocks Saturakura so they can kind of move forward to try to find Gozen. But as they cross a bridge, they get attacked by Sandaru, and in the end, they have to transform and fight back. Yosuke is about to get stabbed by an attack from Saturakura, when the arrow metal kind of counters the attack. So Sandaru calls out to Badogi, who comes out and kind of stops them. Then Yosuke ends up using the metal inside of what's their giant Zord Mega? What's his name? Sinpujin. Yeah. So Yosuke ends up using it in Sinpujin. And then once he does that, they end up using the bow that was used against them earlier. When Go-Raijin and Hurricaneger show up to help, however, the Raging Arrow takes over Sinpujin, and then it begins to attack the other two giant mechs. When they're about to be defeated, Gozen shows up in front of them and tells them that Tenrai Sinpujin should be able to handle all of the negative energy from the arrow. And then they end up combining to form that, and then they can use it, and they use it to defeat Badogi. Sandaru then attacks Gozen, and when Yusuke leaves to protect her, he calls out a new beast called Dezargi, who steals the arrow from Tenrai Sinpujin, and then they all retreat. Gozen ends up introducing herself as Kagura and tells everyone that the Dark Stone is in fact sealed inside of her body, and that's kind of where we end off the week. What'd you think?
I don't know what I watched. I don't remember none of that.
You don't remember any of that?
No, but I watched the episode. Oh man.
I'm pretty sure that was 44.
I think that was I'm pretty sure that was 44 too.
Okay.
I remember her showing herself, and I was like, okay, yeah, I remember that part. And then I was like, but everything else, I don't get old, man. Don't get old. But I would say overall, for what I do remember, I think it was surprising to see Gojin reveal herself to be her, because from my understanding, I thought Gojin was evil and was trying to take out the Rangers while also helping them, weirdly enough. So, I don't know. I wonder what her motives are.
It might just be one of those where, like, and I guess Hurricaneger has kind of said that a couple times, like, she's just like the master, and maybe she's one of those people, like, the end goal is what's important, and whatever sacrifices need to be made, that's what need to be made. So maybe she's one of those.
Yeah. I don't like her.
But yeah, it was nice seeing her. I mean, we're getting close to the end right now, so but it was nice being able to see her. They set up a lot of things that are going on right now. The fights were pretty good. Yeah, pretty good episode. I liked it.
Yeah.
We got some answers, which I'm glad they went ahead and took that off the table.
Yeah. I'm going to go back and watch it again.
Make sure you watch that opening too. Oh, wait, no, this is the new opening. So what they do is they switch out, what's his name? Sargain for one of the little, what are they? Mega Rapper? One of the little grunts. It's pretty funny. And then in the group shot, they now have the grunts out there too. So you got to watch it. Watch the one from 43 and then watch the one from 44.
Wait, no, not demoting Sargai to a grunt. No, that's messed up. That's messed up.
I was like,
okay, I'm definitely gonna have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I've never noticed that they switched them out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm definitely gonna go back and watch it now. Okay. No. Dude, that's okay. Yeah, I second what you said. Great fights. There are a lot of questions being answered, a lot of answers being questioned, and yeah, ditto.
I did also like Yosuke trying to pull off, like, I'm glad he was like, oh, this is a medal. We use medals. Let's try using it. And then it taking over at Senpujin. That was pretty funny. And I'm glad they actually showed us what would happen.
I remember that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But that's all I got.
Yeah. That's it for this week's Hurricaneger. We will be visiting them. It's the final countdown, so only a few more episodes left.
Yes.
But before that happens, we can move on to Kamen Rider Ryuki. Again, we're going to be doing 41 through 44 episodes. Let's start with episode 41, Emperor. Yeah. So we open with Kagawa checking on his family to make sure they're okay after being threatened by, who is it? Emperor? Who threatened? Oh,
the tiger?
No. Kagawa's family was threatened by Shiro. But while he's checking on his family, Tojo kind of gets a weird look on his face. And then we find out that he quit the cafe. Asakura comes and steals Kitaoka's food. So he comes to visit Kitaoka as he's eating. He steals his food, and then he tries to get information on where to find Shinji. Because he wants to find Tojo, but he can't. So he asks where Shinji is so he can ask him where Tojo is. The Ore Journal staff end up telling Shinji about their photograph, and Shinji has to try to look shocked. And then in the middle of that, Asakura shows up inside the office, and then he kind of snatches Shinji up, and then he tries to get Shinji to tell him the location of Tojo, but of course Shinji doesn't do that. And then Asakura actually just leaves. Reiko ends up visiting Kidoka to question him about mirrors and glasses to try to figure out what's going on. They go to the laboratory, and while they're there, Kidoka realizes that something's up, and this is probably Shiro's lab. When they leave the lab, they get attacked by a tiger. They get attacked by Tiger and his monster, and then Kidoka transforms. And then as he transforms, Taiga is on the other side of a window, and he just raises it up. So he knows for sure that Kidoka is a rider, and Kidoka then confirms that, yeah, those guys are the riders that they fought before. During the fight, Zolda's attack doesn't go off, and he's about to be destroyed when Knight suddenly saves him at the last second, and then he collapses. Rin sees him collapse when they leave Mirror World, and then he takes him to a hospital and learns that Kidoka is actually sick. And then a new Kamen Rider reveals himself, Kamen Rider Emperor, except he wants to get paid. So Rin kicks him out, and then he visits Tojo and then Kagawa to try to make a deal or get somebody to make a contract with him so they can pay him to fight. He ends up fighting a monster mid-battle, and then a couple of monsters swarm him, and then he shows that he was the one actually controlling all of those monsters before. Shinji sees the fight as well, but as he's looking at Emperor, Tiger rushes at him from behind, and that's kind of where the episode leaves off. What'd you think?
I don't know what's up with Asakura, but yeah, to come and steal our main man Kitoka's food and eat the shell.
Yeah,
with the food. As he was eating the plate, I said no, and then you just hear the crunch. I said, "Oh, that can't be good." And then he spits out half the shell. What happened to the other half of the shell?
calcium, buddy. Calcium, buddy. Isn't that what's in a shell? Calcium.
That's one way to get it, I guess.
No.
Anyways, I thought it was cool to see Asakura. He's just so comfortable now. He's like, and Kitsuoka is cool. Then he's like, oh, it's just Asakura. Yeah, go find Shinji or something. And then when he goes to see Shinji, like everybody else is freaking out, and Shinji's like, Asakura. Everybody's freaking out. He's like, yeah, let's talk. And he's like, whatever. And he just walks out with them to talk.
Yeah.
And then when they come to save him, and like at first I didn't realize it, but like they came up the stairs, and I was like, oh yeah, they're there. And it cuts back, and they're like literally separated by a huge chasm, and it's just like, why are you guys so far away? It was just great. This episode was funny. I like this episode. I like the fact that Kitsuoka is trying to protect Reiko from, I guess, learning too much. Granted, I think he could probably do it a little bit better, but I guess he doesn't have the same type of suave or tact that it takes to lightly push somebody off the trail. So we'll see how that goes. But I like that. It seems like his powers are like wavering a little bit. Like they're not like how they used to be. So
yeah, it wasn't really answered what happened, but it's like he was trying to use his attack and it just wouldn't go off. So something happened.
So we'll see how that goes. But overall it was a good episode. Old dude quit in the cafe.
Good riddance.
Auntie down.
Well, yeah. Auntie was in a spot, but other than that, good riddance.
Yeah, but outside of that, it was good. I enjoyed the episode. Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. How could I forget about Emperor? The guy that played the. I don't like him. I don't like. He just shows up. He's like, hey man, I want to be on your guys' side. And they're like, yeah, but can you pay me? I was like, bro, they can barely pay themselves. But But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. I don't like that guy. So
Pretty good episode. I liked it as well. Asakura slowly like losing his edge around people is pretty funny.
yeah.
I wonder if they're going to redeem him. Probably not, but yeah, that was pretty good.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think you can redeem Asakura.
Probably not, but yeah, those were some pretty funny beats. So I like the episode. A little bit of action, a little bit of comedy. They did a good job balancing it all.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed.
Well, so we can go ahead and move on to episode 42, Room 401. So Tiger ends up attacking Ryuki, but Alternative stops him. Mitsuru comes back to the cafe and talks to Shinji and learns that the lab bros are targeting Yui, and Shinji can't offer him much money, but he can offer him whatever he wants to eat and drink. Shiro ends up visiting Asakura and tells him where the lab bros are located, but when Asakura arrives, they're all gone, like they got out of the building. After that, Kitoka, Ren, and Shinji also arrive looking for the lab techs for their own reasons. They have a little comedy time and have a discussion amongst the four of them. And then afterwards, we end up with Shinji getting left behind. And then he runs into Mitsuru, who disappears suddenly to try to attack Yui. Shinji transforms and catches Mitsuru in the middle of his attack, and Mitsuru being Emperor. And then Tiger, Alternative, and Emperor all attack him at the same time, and Yui. When the monsters Emperor control attack Yui, she ends up going into a sort of trance and has them turn against the other three. And then Alternative is about to attack Yui when Tiger runs up from behind him and kills him. After that, Yui kind of looks like she's in a shock, and that's kind of where the episode ends out. What do you think?
In this episode, I called this show Game of Thrones. I said, yo, this is crazy. I said, yo, nobody's saying it.
We're in the final countdown. Writers are going left and right now.
I said nobody is saved at all. Bless you. I can hear it. I don't think it's muting, but I can hear you. Now it's muted.
Maybe I was just too slow on the.
But yeah, no, it's Game of Thrones out here, bro. Like, I was like, yo, first off, when Yui just gained control of the monsters and just turned them, I said, oh, whoa, okay, first off, excuse me. And then, like, she sent them to attack everybody, and like, I was like, okay, surely, they're not gonna attack everybody, but I don't know. But then, oh, this is crazy because, but it's like I saw this coming. So I saw the fact that Tiger was gonna attack Alternative because, like, when they had their conversation beforehand, and he was like, "Yo, you can't just go off the rails and attack everybody. Like, we got to be a team." And he was like, "Of course, Sensei." And I was like, "Oh, he's about to get out of here." I was like, "No, he's turned to the dark side. No, you're supposed to bring balance to the force."
No, he's been gone. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, he's been gone, but he was on the same side as the other guy, so it's like, he's turned on his master.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Again, there's the rule of two. There can only be two. So, hey, this works. And we already got Asakura, so somebody got to go. So, but I saw that. But then, see, this is why I don't like dude. So, like, what's his name? Mitsubishi? What's his name?
Mitsuru.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Mitsuru, Emperor. I don't like him because, first off, after dude went to go talk to Shinji and Ren, he then, yes, his name is Ren. Look at me. He then goes to talk to the lab bros, and he's like, yo, I see he says the thing and he's like, oh man, I like admire you guys so much. You're so strong and so smart and everything like that. I really would love to work for you guys if you pay me. And then they're like, sure, whatever, sure. And then he goes right back to Shinji and he's like, hey man. And then he's like, I could pay you in food. And he's like, I'll take that. I'll take that. And then Shinji catches him and then they're just talking and stuff. And then he sees Yui and he's like, got a blast. And then goes to attack Yui right there with Shinji standing next to him. And then Shinji's like,
I think you're getting a little bit further. Wait, what?
no, because he went to go.
Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah, he does.
Yui
You're
turns on them and everything like that, and I'm just like, yo, what? And then I'm sure Shinji was like, dude, what's up with this guy? I just offered you free food, and you're gonna go attack Yui?
Yeah,
man. Honestly, if I was Yui, I'd be pissed too. So, yeah, it makes sense. But Game of Thrones, man, anybody can go, I guess.
Yeah, action-packed episode. Emperor is definitely odd. And yeah, I mean, because he doesn't really, he's just in there for the money. So,
yeah.
And then you could kind of see his play over the last couple episodes. It's like, yeah, I can be on your side. What can you get me? So, yeah.
If there's anybody that deserves to get replaced with a grunt in the intro cutscene, that's him. I'll say that. For sure.
Yeah, but how is he controlling that many monsters? That's kind of odd, but
well, maybe because it's a gazelle and
like a pack. Yeah.
That's the only explanation I can give, because I thought the same thing. I was like, why does he have so many? Then I was like, I guess a gazelle would be a pack. I guess.
Yeah, because we see flashes of him before, but I was like, okay, maybe he's like a Shiro or something like that. And then we see who it is, and I'm like, okay, that's the dude that just wants money. Okay. But
like, it makes no sense.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah. But that's all I got for this one. Just Game of Thrones, man.
We can keep it moving then to episode 43. The hero fights. Eiyu wa tatakao. The monsters attack Shinji, and Yui ends up walking away in a trance while he's being attacked. Then he goes back to the cafe looking for Yui. When he arrives and doesn't see her, he tells Rin what is happening, and then they head off to try to find her in the mirror world and leave Auntie to all of the chaos that's about to unfold. Mitsuru ends up tracking down Tojo and finds out that the contract probably isn't going to fly anymore. He tries to go to the cafe, and then Shinji flips out and kicks him out of the cafe. After he heads back to Kitoka, doing his whole process of trying to track everybody down, he tries to get Kitoka to hire him, but Kitoka's like, no. And then he asks for a letter of recommendation, and Kitoka's like, sure. After that, he ends up talking to Asakura, who he gives the letter to, and then we find out that on the letter is written like idiot or something like that, which obviously pisses off Asakura, and then Mitsuru just like leaves. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna see myself out. Anyway, Asakura keeps walking around. He finds Tojo at a ramen stand and then just yanks basically he debows his ramen. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna take that. They transform and then fight. Emperor shows up mid-fight and watches as Oja beats Tiger. And then he runs away. Kitoka ends up fighting Tojo and challenging him to a fight. Mid-fight, Oja ends up sniping him he ends up taking the fight from him. And then Kitoka fires at both of them to try to like attack them both. What he does, Tojo ends up collapsing, and then Mitsuru takes him back to his room to heal, and during that time, he gets a phone call and finds out that his father just died. Meanwhile, Shiro finds Yui in the forest in Mirror World, and then they kind of have a little stare off with the crowd of monsters that are gathering around him. But that's where the episode ends off. What you think?
What's his name? Toga?
Tojo.
Tojo. Yeah, that guy can't catch a break at all this episode.
It's his own fault.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, well deserved. But this guy, like, literally turned on Sensei and can't catch a break. Like, he should have. As soon as Sensei was out of the picture, my man just catching strays left and right. Bodies. Yep, he was getting hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it. I loved every single second of it. I love seeing him in disarray and dismay. I loved it. I would say one. I also like seeing Mitogi.
Mitsuru. Mitsuya is my cider. Yeah.
I'm gonna call him M. I like seeing M. I like seeing M. He finally made his way around to Kitoka, and he made his way to Asakura. But I like the little playful jabs and banter between, like, literally, like, the main four.
I was 50-50 on it because, like, what's Asakura doing there? That was a little bit too much. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love it. Oh, I guess I did forget to mention that in the last episode when all four of them were together in the room and, like, they were having, like, that little banter stuff going on. Shinji, Ren, Kitoka, and Asakura.
Yeah, wasn't that this episode?
No, last episode. We didn't talk about it.
Okay.
Looking for the lab guys. We didn't talk about it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
meant to say something about it, but I forgot.
Yeah, you're right.
I thought that was awesome. I was like, look at Asakura getting in on the action. And, like, it played to his character very well because he did not care. In the slightest, he cared not. They were like, okay, let's all take a vote. Who agrees with him? And then he was like, I don't care. I just wanted the lab guys. Can we fight, please? And then they were like, all right, who thinks Shinji is an idiot? And then that's when they all raised their hand. And I was like, that makes sense. I was like, oh, they might redeem him after all. I mean, I doubt it, but if there's any people who can redeem him, those three can. But anyways, I digress. Back to this episode. I think I thought it was cool to see, like, the whole, like, it's like the growing relationship between, like, those four. Like, yes, Asakura pretty much doesn't belong, but that's what makes it so great. Because you see his relationship with Kitoka kind of brewing up, and it's all because he just wants to fight them. And they're like, bro, no, we just fought like 5 minutes ago. Just give us a day. We'll be back. I promise. And he's like, just play with me, please. He's like the dude from Dawn to Dawn. He's like the guy from Dawn to Dawn. He's like, yo, just play with me. And his playing is fighting. And he just wants them to fight.
I was like, who are you talking about? And then I figured it out. Okay. You're talking about the Evil Eye. Yeah, no.
Evil Eye, yeah. He just wants to play. That's it. And so that brings it full circle. So, like, when Kitoka's like, oh, I'll send you to Asakura. I got you. Letter of recommendation. And he's like, what did he say? Idiot or something like that? Bro, it's just perfect.
Manuke? I forget. Yeah.
It's just perfect. I was like, oh, this is great. And that, like, it's little stuff like that makes the show really, really awesome, in my opinion. I love it. But outside of that, yeah, Tiger Man getting his butt handed to him like multiple times in the show. Loved it. Shinji going crazy in the shop. I was like, yeah. I was like, about time, Shinji. That's what we've been waiting on. So that was pretty cool. I was like, nobody's there to see it, but whatever. But anyways, what did you think about it?
I liked it. Yeah, I put my comments in before, but it was an action-packed episode. Yeah, Tojo sucks. Emperor, or what's his name? Mitsuru. sucks as well. But I mean, whatever. Starting to get that drama in the final couple of episodes, so that was nice to see.
Yeah.
So, and curious what's going to happen in the future, but yeah, good episode. I liked it.
Yeah.
Last episode, I had a little gripe about Asakura, but that's fine. That was last episode, so it escaped.
Yeah. Well, what did you think about it?
Just the comedy between that. I was like, I don't know, that's a little bit too much, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't as bad as those other episodes that I really didn't like, so it was fine.
What's the chick's name? Nanami? Is that her name in this one too?
Nanami? Oh, from Ore Journal?
Yeah, the new one. The one that has the history of Kitoka.
That she is, what's her name? I don't think so. I forget what her name is.
Hanami?
I don't think so. There's Nanako, who is the computer one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what. Reiko. I don't remember what the other one's name is.
I don't remember. We'll come back to it. But her.
What about her?
Oh, the funny moments with her that I thought were hilarious.
Oh, those are fine. No. It was more about Asakura hanging out with the rest of them, and then Shinji asking those questions and him raising his hand or whatever. That was a little too much. Everything else is like fine. Mm-hmm. It may not be hilarious all the time, but it's not kind of in the way of everything. I think they could do a good job balancing it for the most part, except for those episodes that were like mostly just comedy. Those were just too much.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay, man. We all need a little laugh every now and then.
Yeah. But we can end off the week with episode 44, Glassy Happiness, Glass no Kofuku. We open up where we left off with the monsters kind of around Shiro and Yui, and then the monsters start fighting amongst themselves, and then Yui collapses. Shinji ends up finding Yui and then takes her back to the real world. Auntie, they go into the cafe and Auntie says she is closing the shop because nobody is helping and she has too much to do. And then she eventually has Yui promise that she will do anything that Auntie wants. So she dresses up Yui like a maid and then opens the restaurant back up. Mitsuru finds out that his dad left his company to him on his death, and then he tries to give back his card deck to Shiro, but he is reminded very quickly that he cannot quit. He then goes around to everyone again, trying to hire the others as kind of like bodyguards, I guess, against the monsters, but it does not work out. The Ore Journal staff is blowing up with phone calls after they published the photo that that they took that had the monster in the glass pane behind the little lizard. Mitsuru ends up having things going really well in his life. He's becoming the president of his dad's company. He ends up with a lot more money. He gets set up with this lady. But a monster suddenly ends up attacking this new lady after he meets her. He ends up sending the squad out. So he goes into the mirror world and he has his squad, and then they attack Ryuki. Tiger ends up coming out as well. And then Ryuki fights back, but he ends up sending his monsters after Emperor. And then he ends up getting attacked instead. So Emperor ends up attacking him instead. Emperor ends up escaping thanks to Ryuki, but then he is caught by Oja, who destroys his deck, and then he ends up fading into the rain. And that's kind of the end.
Man. Well, hate to see you come, hate to see you go. You know?
Down one more writer, but it doesn't sound like anybody shed any tears.
He had the most dramatic end too.
He did. He had a very quick arc. It's like, hey, Oh, you guys don't like me? Bye.
Yeah. It's like, dude, what? It's survival of the fittest, and obviously he did not have what it takes to be a rider because he got taken out by a simple monster. That's literally day one.
Well, he didn't get
I
taken
mean,
out.
granted, he got taken out by Oja, but like he couldn't make light work of the monster and get back to his regular life. Ridiculous. Wait.
No.
About that though. Wait, about that though. When that did happen, I thought that was his monster that came out because it was hungry.
I think it was. So then he goes into Mirror World and then he tries to attack Ryuki. But Ryuki starts fighting back, and then Tiger shows up, and then they both attack Ryuki, if my explanation wasn't that clear. So they both attack Ryuki. And then mid-fight, Tiger switches and starts attacking Emperor with his monster, and then tries to finish him off.
Yeah.
But then Ryuki ends up protecting him and letting him run away. But then Oja finds him and then finishes him off. So
I don't think Emperor got the memo that this show is called Ryuki. He should have knew better than to attack Shinji, especially after how Shinji handled him in the shop.
Shinji hasn't even pulled out the survive card for a while.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
My man's laughing at all of you.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh, he's come such a long way.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you, Shinji. Oh. But anyways, this episode was pretty cool. I thought it was hilarious that, the dude ended up getting what he wanted in life. Which, I mean, I guess he didn't really have to become a writer. He could have just chilled out and things would have worked out for him. But whatever, we're here now. But I'm sure he could have returned his deck or something. Like, he doesn't have to be a writer, but
he has to be a writer.
He got shut down
because he's made a contract with the monster, and if he doesn't feed the monster, but the question was, like, are they all? Is he pulling an Oja and he has like multiple monsters? He just has that many contracts, and it's like he's got to feed them all.
Well, but I guess that's another question I have. Where are all the other monsters? Because we stopped seeing like a bunch of just random monsters, and now it's just like the Riders monsters kind of attacking.
Oh yeah, the random monsters. I think we see them every once in a while.
It's like, why don't they just go attack those?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there's something to it. Like they're not really out there. Or there's some hidden meaning, like they were only sent out to kind of get the Riders started, and now the Riders have to fight each other to feed their monsters or something. I don't know.
Well, I think they still do attack the monsters because they got to feed their monsters. But I think the problem is, yeah, I wonder if he had contracts with all of them. But
yeah, but I think the episode was pretty good. I'm trying to think. I got sidetracked, so now my brain is fuzzy on details. I mean, overall, it was good. I think most of the episode was centered around, I don't remember his name, Emperor, and his new life. So, I mean, it was cool to see him kind of settling in. He wasn't really wanting for a lot of stuff. It was, I mean, ironic that he came back after saying, "I'll pay you to like." I mean, can you pay me to? Okay, guys, I'll pay you to be on my side, please. I was like, I guess. And like when he opened up the briefcase of money and Ren and Shinji looked at it, they were like, at first, I thought Shinji would get the bright idea, like, oh, yeah, I could pay you back now. But no, he was just like, no, we can't do this. And then Ren's like, shush. we could do this. So I thought that was pretty funny. That aunt she's has her work cut out for her. She's gonna close down that shop regardless. Yeah, that shop's not lasting or surviving in the slightest. I don't know how she timed it to where there was like a whole barrage of kids just coming through the door as soon as they agreed to it. But hey, she is the aunt, and we know not her ways.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, overall it's a cool episode. Oja strikes again, and honestly, I'm not mad at it.
Yep.
Maybe he is redeemed in my book. I don't know.
No. But yeah,
Nah. Nah. But yeah, I'm surprised Tiger didn't get taken out yet.
yeah, I am too. Hopefully he's
So
next because he's annoying.
yeah, yeah, he is. Yeah, but that's all I got for this one.
Yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up for the week. A good batch of episodes. I think we only have 44, probably another 6 or 7 episodes left.
We
So
got 6 for Kamen Rider. We have 7 for oh
Hurricaneger. Yeah,
no, we got 6 for both.
I think one has. Or no, you might be right. No,
We got
I
6
think.
for both.
Do we? Okay.
Because they both have 50 episodes, and we're at 44 right now.
Okay. So
I think.
getting to the final countdown, I think we have another 2 episodes of the podcast, and then we will be done and on to the next season. But so far so good. I'm eager to see how it ends up.
Oh no, you're right. 7 in a Hurricaneger, 5 and 6 in a Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
You're right.
But I think that brings us to the end of this week. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back again next week, same time, same place, to go over more episodes of anime and tokusatsu. As always, we may not have much money, we may not have much time, but there's one thing we do have a lot of, and that is
not remembering names. We have a lot of memory lapses when it comes to names, guys. We'll figure this out.
I don't know if the Wii is available for that, but yeah, I agree. Peace.
I don't know. I heard you stumble a couple times.